In 2006, when concerns about a growing police state were raised, Trent Lott responded by saying, "What are people so worried about? What's the problem? Are you doing something you're not supposed to?" Similar arguments have been used to justify government overreach. If you have nothing to hide, you've got nothing to worry about. Martin Niemöller. He's a man who thought he had nothing to hide. By the end of World War I, he was one of the most heavily decorated officers in the German Navy. His U-boat crew was legendary. He was awarded the German Iron Cross First Class for sinking a record number of Allied ships. After the war ended, many Germans felt both embarrassed and humiliated. For Niemöller, the ineptness of the Weimar Republic was the last straw. He resigned his commission and became a Lutheran pastor. When Hitler came to power in 1933, Niemöller supported him, hoping the Nazi movement would bring forth a German national revival. The dangers of the Nazi police state were emerging, but he shrugged off the concerns because he thought, "I don't have anything to hide." He was towing the government line, even going so far as making anti-Semitic comments. Quote, "What is the reason for their obvious punishment, which has lasted for 1,000 years? Dear brethren, the reason is easily given. The Jews brought the Christ of God to the cross." Everything changed in 1936 when the Nazification of German churches began. Niemöller, along with Dietrich Bonhoeffer, decided they had to take a stand. They signed a petition declaring Aryan principles incompatible with Christian values. He had now publicly spoken out against the German government. It wasn't long before Heinrich Himmler's Gestapo came busting through the door, taking Martin and sending him off to a concentration camp for 7 long years. Even though there were signs that the Nazi police state had grown out of control, everyone turned a blind eye. They had nothing to hide. Reflecting back on how mistaken he was, Martin penned one of the most quoted poems in modern history. First, they came for the socialists, but I didn't speak out because I wasn't socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Today, there are over 4,500 federal crimes and 400,000 plus rules and regulations in the United States. It is estimated that the average American commits over 3 felonies a day without even knowing it. You may think you have nothing to hide, nothing to worry about, but all the government needs is one excuse before they come knocking on your door next.